Hey, hi guys, hello everyone, hi. So, let me quickly change some of this stuffs from here. What is the date today? I forgot. Oh, am I moving or not? I'm not sure exactly. But yeah, I guess we are live. Let me just reduce this volume a little bit and let's test it out. Oh, am I moving or not? I'm not sure exactly. But yeah, I guess we are live. Let me just reduce this volume a little bit and let's test it out. So, hey, hi guys. So, welcome to today's live. Now, this live is majorly for me, for my understanding on how to learn trade and how to do stock trading. Now, this is something which I have been trying to learn from a long time, but I have been failing a lot. So, this is just for that. And we are just going to spend around 30 to 40 minutes on each and every session. If you want, you can follow me and you can see what is exactly happening. So I have already spent around 19 days and I have been trying to upload all those videos using Notebook LM and I am uploading it, but I wanted to try out something new, so this is just an attempt for that. So whatever we have learned until now is that a trade is not an entry, it is in fact a manufactured plan. So rather than going for any trade blindly, what I have been trying to do is to create a certain number of steps which I need to go ahead and follow each and every time, rather than just thinking, okay, cool, I can go ahead and make a trade out of this. And limitations is going to be very clear for me. Like the capital that I'm going to have, it is only going to be around 10,000 rupees, and out of that 10,000 rupees I can only risk around 100 rupees per stock, so that I don't go ahead and blow up my account. तो वही मेरा main goal है यहाँ पे. So let's see what happens. And apart from that, I'm not going to go ahead and run behind a lot of noise and all. And at a time मेरे दो स्टॉक से ज़्यादा ट्रेड्स एक्टिव नहीं रहेंगे. सो अगर उससे ज़्यादा एक्टिव होंगे then I am going back on my word and I'll be closing the trading immediately. Now moving on to what is going to be the plan. This is my plan. So basically I'm just going to go ahead and check my trend first. If my weekly trend and my daily trend, both of them are in uptrend, then I have passed my first gate and I can go ahead and check about entry zone. Now my entry zone is very clear. There needs to be one clear stop loss around it, and if I have that, I am okay to go ahead and what do we say, make a trade over there. Noisy. Yeah, so my entry zones are going to be very clear for this. If my stock is near any 20 EMA and if it is nearby any good support zone, so I'm going to go ahead and make a trade out of it. But before that, I need to make sure that my stop loss is what do we say, actually reasonable. अगर मेरा stop loss में मेरा risk is more than 100 rupees, then I'm not going to trade for it. Then my target, it needs to be somewhere around 1.5 to 1.7. If I am getting a profit of twice, what do we say, in the ratios of 2, then it is well and good enough. I can go ahead and go for it. Sizing मैंने already पढ़ लिया है उसके बारे में, मैंने already apply कर रखा है. So as we have discussed, this is our gate 1 flow verification. It needs to be in higher and higher trend. We are only going to make a trade इन अ ट्रेंड. काउंटर ट्रेंड हम नहीं करने वाले हैं. काउंटर ट्रेंड में हम कोई भी ट्रेड करने का ट्राई भी नहीं करने वाले हैं, बिकॉज वी डोंट वांट टू गो हेड एंड मैस अप विथ एनीथिंग एल्स. Coming to the second thing, our structural, अगर वहाँ पे कोई pull back, like if there is any pullback near the structure, basically if there is any pullback near the support, is there any what do we say, any support near 20 EMA, and if it can be clearly seen without thinking about it multiple times, then cool, we can go ahead and make a trade out of it. Step 3 is to make sure that I'm trying to make a trade whenever we are on the swing of low, and मेरा जो maximum tolerance level है, it is only about 6%. अगर मेरा जो 6% के ऊपर loss होने का chances है, if it is more than 100 rupees, then I'm not going to make that trade, as we have discussed. And gate 4, as we have discussed, if it is more than 2 times of my risk, well and good enough, that is going to be my majority of call in this particular thing. Mathematical calibration, this is for my position and sizing, and I'm going to use again ChatGPT just to come up with this on how to go ahead and create this. And the verdict, if for today, is I have to plan only the trades. I cannot go ahead and think about anything else. I am not going to take any trade, I'm not going to make any trade. So let's get started for it. Let me just quickly open my fires for this. Give me a quickie. fires.web.chart.in. इसको मैं यहाँ अरेंज कर लेता हूँ एंड इसको यहाँ. Okay. What else is pending? This needs to be somewhere here. Let's log in. Now for this, the thing which we are going to do is to go ahead and only target, what do we say, max cap. जो stocks, these stocks which we can look out for, it is only going to be our max stocks. Sorry, it is only going to be a large cap stocks only and nothing else. तो let's open Nifty 50 and इसमें मैंने जो पहला स्टेप करना शुरू किया है वो है setting it to 1 month so that we can actually get some trade and some value out of it. And before I do anything else, let's just write it down. This is my day 20. I'll just zoom in so you guys can see it if you are doing it with me. Today is day 4th. The time is around 2:56 p.m. Let's keep this blank. Now let's paste couple of things. मैंने जो ऊपर लिखा है I'll just copy all of them out. Just give me one quick minute. We are only going to review 2 stocks. So this will help us to get an idea what exactly is happening in the market and what to go ahead and what to look out for. So let's go ahead for something which is actually green. For example, ONGC. And first things first, we are going to check the weekly trend. And weekly trend mein we are going to keep the time frame for almost 3 years to get a better picture. But again, last 2 years matters the most than anything else. Now over here we can see a clear uptrend. So this is higher and higher and higher, and we can see that the stock is moving slowly and steadily up. So we can say that weekly trend is up. Let's check out for the daily trend. Daily trend mein I am getting kind of confused. This is higher, this is low, this haven't crossed this particular part. So, and it is kind of in a sideways movement, even though it is moving like this. I am not pretty much confident about it, so I'm not going to go ahead and trade into this. So let's reject this stock and let's say that the movement is sideways, and if it is a sideways, we are not going to trade in all of this. All other entries were not validated. Okay, so cool. Let's move to another stock. Stock 2. Let's check out some large cap stock list. Let's check this one out. And over here this will give me a clear idea about what I want to trade and what I don't want to trade. Once again, we are just going to repeat the same thing again and again and again until and unless we are pretty much sure about it. Like हम इसको अपनी नींद में कर लेने के आदी हो जाना चाहिए, हमको ये तब तक करना है, ठीक है. सो ये सारी की सारी चीज़ें लार्ज कैप हैं. let's check out the NSE site. That would be best. Large cap stocks, NSE. Not able to find it over here. Top gainers, top losers. This will again give me a bad impression. List of large stocks. Yep, this is good. This will help us to get an idea about the large stocks. So शायद इसमें भी कर सकते हैं. Large cap indices, sectorial, thematic, commodities, screener. No, not this. Let's do it in this itself. 1 month में हमने कर रखा है. Wipro is all red. Power Grid Corp is something that we can go ahead and I guess we can check out. Okay. तो हम ये पावर ग्रिड कॉर्प की कैंडल्स चेक कर लेते हैं. इसको हम पेस्ट कर देते हैं नीचे. Power Grid Corp, first step, weekly candles. Now if you will see, this is going in a downward trend and we are not going to trade anywhere in downward trend. So downtrend is validated as the daily and weekly trend were not matching. And for this downtrend, let's pass a verdict for this. This stock was rejected because the weekly trend was in downtrend. Again guys, one rule that I have kept for myself is that I am not going to trade in any sort of stock जिसमें हमारा ऐसे बड़े बड़े अंधाधुन कैंडल बने. हम अंधाधुन कैंडल्स के पीछे नहीं जाएंगे क्योंकि ये कैंडल हमको गिराने वाले हैं. So that is going to be my main understanding and that's what I'm going to majorly focus on. So let me just remove all this just to be 100% sure. No entry price, no this, no this, no this, no this. Okay, let's move on to some other stock. Let's go for Ultratech. Let's copy this once or twice more. Ultratech Cement Limited. Let's check it on the weekly time frame. It is creating a higher and higher, which is a good thing. But इसने भी ये almost edge पे है. I guess this stock seems good to me. Now it is a pretty good candle. अगर इसका मुझे support लेना होगा, so this would be its support zone. Because यहीं पे resistance हुआ और यहाँ पे इसने थोड़ा बहुत pull back करने का try किया है. So this looks good to me kind of. So let's check out our list which tells us what to do. So this is in uptrend. We have also checked that it is also in uptrend. EMA position, it is above EMA distance, it is kind of near to my EMA support quality zone, near to price. So and now what this exactly means, EMA support relation, whether it is valid or not. So basically अगर मेरा स्टॉक जो भी मैं ट्रेड करने का यहाँ पे ट्राई कर रहा हूँ, अगर ये 20 EMA जो हमने ड्रॉ किया है और वो सपोर्ट अगर आपस में थोड़े क्लोज रहेंगे दैन इट इज़ गोइंग टू हेल्प अस आउट. एंड द रीज़न बिहाइंड इज़ दैट अगर 20 EMA मेरे मिनिमम सपोर्ट से काफ़ी ज़्यादा दूर होते जा रहा है तो हमारा रिस्क बढ़ जाएगा एंड आई डोंट वांट टू मेक एनी ट्रेड जिसमें मेरा रिस्क इतना ज़्यादा बढ़े. सो आई एम गोइंग टू इग्नोर दोज स्टॉक्स. Okay, so it is valid. I guess it is kind of close and I feel I can go ahead and trade for this. Again, one thing that I'm trying to learn and implement on myself at least is to go ahead and ignore words like feel and things like that, because it will help me to control my emotions while I'm trading. Pullback quality is also good. If you will see, it tried to make a kind of high and then it came back, so the pullback quality is also good. Hypothetical enterprise, I can go ahead and make an entry around this place, 1284. So again, I'm using just ChatGPT to come up with this thing. Okay, so I want to go ahead in that way. I just want to get an idea about how to go ahead and fill up all these values, and I want to test. Okay, cool, we can do it. So let's get started. I'm going to just give my target price, which is around this. My hypothetical stop loss is going to be somewhere around 12,000 range. I typically like to keep my stop loss a little bit below this. Now if I have to see risk in percentage, I did this yesterday. I am going to add all this as well. Let me just open ChatGPT and I'll ask ChatGPT to calculate rest of the values for me. Calculate the remaining values for me. So this will help me to get an idea about what exactly we are going to trade and what exactly we are going to avoid. So this is my stop loss. Just give me the final value. I don't want all this Ramayana and Mahabharata, so I'm just going to cut all those crap out of this. So slow. So this is messing up over here. Let's again copy this. Give me a minute. So let's just fill this thing out. So my risk per share, let's replace this. My risk per share, it is around 804 rupees. Risk percentage, not applicable, I guess. Risk percentage is more than 6%, I guess. And my calculated quantity, 0.12 shares. And if I go for this, what should be my target? The target is around this high, so 12,000 something. So again, this stock is negligible. Now if I make an delete this, I want a long position. Let's draw a long arch, and this is the maximum target I might be able to achieve. The target is around 13,000 rupees. I just want to get an idea about my target, like my risk and reward ratio when my target is around 13,000 rupees. So it is 0.24, so it is not even tradable. So let's pass some verdict. What is that verdict? That it is invalid. Invalid. So let's give this invalid because despite having we have a strong trend, we have a EMA, we have a solid pullback structure, the setup is failing because of the sizing. This becomes invalid as the minimum share is 1. Okay, and the risk is showing more than 6%, which is against our risk management. Which is beyond our current risk of 100 per stock / trade. Okay, cool. So we are done with this stock. Let's move to stock number 2. So which stock shall we go ahead and check out? Let's go ahead with ONGC. So this is a stock which I have been actually looking out for because it is making a solid uptrend, as you can see, in a weekly market during the last couple of months. So up and uptrend, but this is still not established yet. Even though this is an uptrend, I don't think so it is clear where we can make the trade. Yeah, if you'll see, this is because of the finance report which we have recently got. So not clear. Let's just give the verdict. Because the trend of this stock is not clear yet, which makes it unsuitable for trading. Cool. Let's move to stock number 5. Which other stock shall we go ahead and check out? Let's go ahead and check out something which we can actually trade if we wanted to, which I cannot see. Let's go for Coal India if possible. Coal India. Let's switch it to weekly, and if you will see, this have gone into uptrend, but this part it shows that the stock is actually struggling a little bit to move somewhere. Like it have moved quite a bit during the last 2 years, but it is still lagging off a little bit. Now we can go ahead and trade this stock if and only if it is able to cross this upper part. Again, this is my speculation, my analysis. Weekly trend, I would say this is in sideways, and no need to give anything else. Cool. So let's just copy all this thing. What is the time right now? We spent actually quite a bit. It is 3:15 right now, like around 20 minutes what I had planned for exactly, and this is what I'm going to do every day. So this is my verdict. And I am going to show you all whatever I am getting from GPT. Again, some sort of scolding or something every time I get. Max 2 stocks allowed. Okay, Pulai is not a scanning dates, a focus plan. Why secondary issues, stock reputation, this indicates. Did I really? Have I? Have I written? Oh, ONGC, okay. Cool. That was a mistake on my end. Let's reduce it to 4. I will send this once again. It will cry. I knew that it always cries. So let's remove this also. This also. Let's move it to stock 2. And it will cry for this as well. So let's just pass 2 stocks. Again, guys, I have learned a lot basically about my emotion management, and it's only possible because of this plan that I have came up with, and it is actually helping me out somehow. Like I am able to understand what is actually happening and what is not. So that's a good thing. So I was able to complete day 20. It's a good thing. I am going to update this and as a video once again on the channel. Let's see what happens. So thanks for spending time with me. Peace out. So this was all from my side today.